I used to own fighting fishes as pets. You know, those brightly colored fishes that you can get from the pet store? They're called Siamese fighting fish or bettas. I think that's what they're called. And yeah, I used to love owning them, collecting different, I guess, variations of the same kind of fish. They're so fun to watch. What's interesting about them is that when you put a mirror in front of these fishes, they start to overreact. They start to puff out their gills and make themselves look bigger than they actually are. They just look beautiful, man, when they get angry like that, when they get riled up, when they get horny even. They just get so freaking beautiful, and you can see their true color when they are angry. Now, what fascinated me was not their beauty. I mean, they are beautiful. That's why I wanted to collect them. My friends and my sister and I, we used to go to the pet stores, all of the major pet stores in Perth, Western Australia, trying to find a half moon, trying to find a crown tail, trying to find a dragon, a placard, all of these different variations. I guess you can call them, what do you call them? Variations? I know they are variations but of the same species, and you can breed them selectively to get these different traits. It's sort of like in humans, we have ethnicities. It's the same thing here with these fishes. Why did I mention these fishes? Well, what have always struck me as really bizarre was that even when they see themselves in the mirror, they cannot recognize it's themselves. Maybe they do. I don't know, man. But it's just funny because from animal biology, we know that these fishes, they like to puff up, they like to show off, to impress the other sex, to warn a potential enemy that, hey, I'm a big guy, I'm not afraid to fight, you better back off, because I have these gills, I have these colorful fins, I'm better than you, so back off. Fly, I was gonna say fly the other way, but they can't fly. Swim the other way, go around. Yeah, that's why they puff up, that's why they present themselves this way, because they want to signal to others that, hey, I am an individual, and yeah, this is my territory, this is my bitch, you better walk the other way. This is my part of the aquarium. Now, I don't know if they think like this. I don't know. I don't really know. But I have a feeling they don't have self-awareness. Because what kind of animal with a self-awareness would try to attack itself when seeing itself in the mirror? I mean, I do flex in the mirrors from time to time. I work out in front of the mirror to check my form, to make sure that I don't dip lower on the other side than on the other side. You know what I mean? Like, I look in the mirror to make sure that I'm symmetrical. I can never be symmetrical. I wish there's an overhead mirror for me to check my bench, because my bench is so freaking down uneven. Anyway, I digress. What kind of animal with self-awareness would try to attack itself? The thing with these bettas or Siamese fighting fishes, I thought they are just flexing in the mirror to impress themselves because they have a huge ego, and they're just trying to see, they're just trying to flex to feel better about themselves. Hey, look at myself in the mirror. I'm looking jacked. I'm looking colorful. I'm the best. I'm making progress. Just look at myself. I'm so proud of myself. No, that's not what they're doing. In fact, my theory is that these fishes don't really know themselves. They don't really know themselves as a separate entity. They have no concept of self-awareness. They don't have a concept of the self. That's why when they see themselves, even Even a fish who is constantly being bombarded with image of itself will still try to attack itself. I know this because I've owned many of these fishes, and I put the mirrors inside the aquarium, surrounding them with 4 walls of mirrors, and they would go off at the mirror all day, every damn day, stressing the hell out. I know this is animal cruelty, but I didn't know this. I thought it was cool, and I did it as a kid. And yeah, they never change. Even when they see themselves every single day, they still get very aggressive and hostile towards themselves. Towards themselves. I know. Towards themselves. They try to attack itself. So that signals to me that they don't have self-awareness. Why did I think like this? I think like this because nowadays it is socially acceptable to go out in public with earphones. I'm sorry, this video has turned a complete 180 and I'm not really making any sense, but hear me out. It is completely acceptable socially nowadays to go out in public, to go into a third space where there are lots of people, where there's a potential for you to start a conversation, to start talking to people, and for you to wear a big ass headphones signaling to others that, hey, don't approach me, don't even talk to me. I have this thing on my head. I'm preoccupied with something more important than what is right here, right now. So don't freaking talk to me. I am totally unapproachable. I myself have been guilty of this. But this was a long time ago. I did this not to people in public, but to my family, to my own family. I was obsessed with heavy metal, and I used to have an iPod, I'm pretty sure, or an older version of an iPhone. And every day after school, I would plug in my earphones and go to the dinner table with the headphones on. And my dad would get really pissed. And one day he pulled me aside and he told me, don't do that. Don't do that when there are others around you. But it is completely socially acceptable nowadays to go to the gym, go to the grocery store, go to the workplace. When you're on break, put on headphones. Yeah, don't disturb me. I'm on my break. Don't even talk to me. Don't even acknowledge my my presence. You know, I'm not here. I don't exist. I have no concepts of the others. You know, these fishes, sometimes they swim over each other as if the other fishes are just merely obstacles and objects in their eyes. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want us to be like that. I don't want you and me to go through life not acknowledging other people's existence, just pushing them aside and ignoring them like objects. You know, it's so easy on social media, online, for you to read a message, leave it on read, and never reply to it. I know this because I've gone through it. Many girls have done this to me. Many guys have done this to me. I've done this to multiple people. And I'm sorry. I don't mean it like that. It just happens that we are at a funny stage of our civilization where we can do this to each other. We can treat each other like objects and non-playable characters. I know we are more privileged than people in history, because we don't get treated like slaves and subhumans and people of lower classes. But yeah, the treatment is still there, and I don't want it to be like that. So I'm going to be an agent of change. I don't know if this is going to change anything in the world, but I like to live this way, and I like to acknowledge people's presence. Even if the conversation is not profound, I want to acknowledge your existence. Hey, we are in this together. We are living. We are on this earth at this moment in time together. And that's beautiful. Anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you for listening to my rambling. As always, stay strong. God bless. I love you, and God loves you. And I trust in the plan that God has for you. Stay strong, my friends.